everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Lisa and this is Finley Place. On today's video, I am just going to be giving my grandkids' room a cleanup. It's finally spring and the winter is over, so it's time to dust everything off and open up all of the windows and let some fresh air in. We're also going to be putting in a little toy nook for the kids. I'm going to get rid of the little toy box they have now and build them a little toy nook. We have 4 bedrooms in our house, and one of the bedrooms I use for the kids' room. They don't live with us or anything, they live with their parents, but they are here quite often, and they like to spend the night with Grandma and Grandpa, so I thought it was just better just to have a room for them. And then whenever anyone comes by and spends the night, any guests, they get to use this room too, but mostly it's for the kids. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start dragging all the toys from one side of the room to the other so I can get the area where the nook is going to be built cleaned up and ready to go. This was about a 3-day process. I just kind of took my time. I didn't rush it. I knew the kids were going to come over Sunday for dinner, and I kind of wanted to have things ready for that, but there was no need to rush. I don't know about you guys, but in the summer and in the spring and the fall, we get these little beetles. They look like ladybugs, but they're not ladybugs. And they love to be in the house on the warm side of the house. And we will get hundreds of them. And that's what I was just cleaning up. That was 1 week's worth that had collected in the kids' room. I took the curtains down and I'm going to clean off the windows to let some sunshine in and some fresh air. And then I realized, I got to thinking about it as I'm cleaning the windows, that their curtains are going to be too long once I put the nook in. So I went online and I found some new curtains, and these are the ones that I'm going to get. It's a little forest scene with some little animals. And I think that'll work really cute. They're a lot shorter and not as long. Now I heard that if you wipe down your walls that the beetles don't like it. I used some vinegar water to wipe them down with, and I heard that those little beetles don't like it, so we're gonna give that a try. And I'm cleaning out this closet. This bedroom doesn't have a closet, so I bought this little cabinet. I think I got it off of Amazon. I don't remember, I got it so long ago. And I just kind of keep some robes in there for any adult guests that want to spend the night. And then I also keep the kids' swim stuff in there, like their life jackets and things like that. And these sidewalk chalks I actually got on clearance like 2 years ago over at Walmart. They were 25 cents a box, so I bought a lot of them. And I also bought these packages of bubbles. There was 6 packs of little bubbles, and they were like 25 cents a piece. So I bought a few of those too. So now we have tons of sidewalk chalk and bubbles. In this closet, I just kind of keep that sidewalk chalk and bubbles. Then I also keep extra blankets and little things like that in there. And I also keep their coloring books and their storybooks in the drawers. And I just wanted to go through and check all the storybooks and coloring books. And if any were damaged or anything like that, I was going to get rid of them. Or if there were any coloring books that were all colored up, I was going to get rid of them. But they just had a couple of books that were full, but the storybooks were fine. I kind of figured they would be. The kids are usually really good with their little storybooks, which I'm glad, because storybooks are kind of expensive. So I just kind of wiped this cabinet down, got all the dust off the cracks and crevices, and I'm just really preparing for this little nook. I'm really excited to put it in. We're using the wood that is left over from our kitchen renovation. It's the wood that we used for the shelves and also for the pantry. And I just think that was going to work out perfect. It was kind of Vincent's idea to use it, and I just thought it was brilliant. So he's been cutting it up outside in the garage, and so once he got it all cut up, I brought it up and set up a little area to sand and paint it. But then a rainstorm was coming. So I was actually able to get 1 coat of whitewash on it. And then I took it in the house to let them dry. And The inside I wanted to paint yellow to match their walls, and I had spread plastic out on the floor to let the pieces sit on and dry. And my cat Piper, I believe, is the one that decided to walk on it. And since the trail led straight to her, I was pretty sure it was her that done it. And I don't think she really appreciates the mess that she made. So I resanded it and repainted it. It's fine, no big deal. So the next day, I'm gonna start sorting out all the toys. And I mean sorting them. I'm getting rid of anything they don't play with. I'm getting rid of anything that's broken. I'm sorting it between boy and girl toys. Hot Wheels cars here, Barbies there, baby dolls here. I even have a little place for my toddler toys that I have, or I guess more infant toys for, you know, real young babies. And it took me a little while to get all of this sorted and put away and gone through. But once I did, it helped a lot. I actually got rid of quite a few things. And so I think that'll work out pretty good. Some of it I'm going to sell at our yard sale that we're having. And some of it, you know, was just no good. It was just old and no good. And it's hard to believe how many toys these kids have collected here. I can only imagine what they have at home. And I found these cute little flower tins. I got them at the Dollar Tree on clearance, the Dollar Tree clearance, for 25 cents. And I bought a few of them, and I just haven't used them yet. And I thought, you know, those would be perfect to hold all of the crayons and colored pencils and markers in. It's a little more durable than the little baskets and stuff that I had for them. So that's what I did. I just put them in there. And then that evening, Vincent started the Nook build. And the backing there is a real thin piece of wood, and it was the only piece that we had. And it was just barely big enough to cover the back. But it did, so we were really happy. Now watch this magic. Watch. Look at that. So after I got it put up, after we got it all built in and put up, I noticed that the whitewash just kind of blended in with the yellow paint, and it didn't really stick out. And I didn't really want that. I kind of wanted the white to really pop out. So I just went over it. And painted it white. It's called cotton linen, so it's not white. It's just a little hair off white. That's what I have in my dining room. And I'm trying to use materials that I already have. And so it was just some leftover paint that we had, and it worked out pretty good. I think it looks really nice. And this trim here is leftover trim, again from the kitchen renovation. And you just iron it on. It's got glue on the back, and you just iron it on. And you know, as long as you can take your time and you have a nice hot iron, it's not very hard to use at all. I really like it. It's something that I will definitely use on other things that I might build or redo. But you just put it on there. But you just really want to make sure you have a nice sharp knife when it comes to trimming it off, because it's kind of wide, you see. And so I put it on to where the long part is on the top, so it would be easier to trim off with the knife. But my knife was kind of dull, so it was a little harder than what I had anticipated, but it was only because of the blade. If I would have had a really nice brand new sharp blade, it would have just went through it like melted butter. So this is a very simple thing, and it kind of, you know, just uplifts the piece a little bit. So I'm gonna start putting everything away. I went to bed late that night, and I got up early the next morning so I could get a lot of this stuff finished before the kids came over, because now it's Sunday and they're gonna come over for dinner. And I wanted it to be at least this part. The room isn't done as far as like cleaning it, but it's straightened up really well. And I just wanted to make sure I got all of this stuff done before they came over that afternoon for lunch. And I was really happy that I was able to do it. So I get all this stuff put away, and then I'm gonna take a shower, and I'm gonna come back and make their bed. And it's just really nice to put everything away nice and organized, and now everything has a spot. This little nook really helped out with that, believe it or not. I guess probably because also too I went through and was able to get rid of a lot of things. And the little nook also provides a bench for them to, you know, sit down and read books or color or, you know, just whatever they want to do. They like to hang out in their room when they come over. And you know, this little room is more than just a space in a house. It's a place where, you know, they can make memories, and they know it's theirs. I love it that when they come over, that it feels like their second home. It's not just going to grandma's house. It's like going home. That's my biggest thing, is I just want them to be comfortable and happy, and just to make lots of memories. And you know, kids are only little once, and they're only little for a little while, and you only get so long to help them make great childhood memories. And so that's what I hope this room kind of provides for them. It will always be here. It's never going to change. It's always going to be theirs. So I'm just making the bed, and these sheets, they're not very kid-ish, you know, but they're cotton, and they're very warm, and they're very comfortable. So I use those. I really haven't worried much about getting them new sheets. So the kids are here, and here's their reactions. Do you like it? Grandpa built that for you.
Fluffy built it?
Yeah. You want to try out your bench?
The bench?
Yeah. Yeah, hop up there.
Can you hold it?
Sure.
I can try 2 times.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Aww.
1, 2, 3.
Good job. Do you love it?
I love it!
Nice. So of course they had a good time. They pulled out all of their toys, and it was just a lot of fun. They really enjoyed it. As you could see by their reactions, they were very underwhelmed but very excited. So the next day I decided to go ahead and finish up the cleaning part, just to get everything dusted and cleaned, you know, and freshened up for the spring and summer. And so again, I'm just sweeping the ceiling, getting any dust and cobwebs. That's something I do when I do my big room cleans, is I like to sweep the ceiling and get all the cobwebs down, or dust, or just whatever can collect up there. I heard once that the ceiling is sometimes the biggest floor in the house. And see, there's more bugs. Ugh, these beetles. Oh, I can't stand them. So this headboard here is just an old headboard that we had, and I took a quilt and cut it down to fit the headboard, and I stuffed it with a bunch of stuffing from old pillows. And the reason I did is because when I was a kid, I used to jump on the bed a lot, and I don't know how many times I busted my head. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna pad this headboard, because I know they're gonna jump on the bed too. I don't know what kid doesn't. And sure enough, they do jump on the bed, and this headboard has saved many a head bonks, honestly. So I'm gonna put it back. It's a little bit heavy with all that padding and the quilting on it, but it's not too bad. I don't have it attached to the bed, so I just kind of scoot the bed all the way up against it so that it won't fall over, and it works out pretty good. Everybody, you know, everybody loves this bed. It's a very comfortable bed. It's a pillow top, and it's very comfortable. As you can see, there's Piper. She's always got to be in the middle. And so I'm just finishing up these walls. I'm almost done. they weren't as bad as I thought they were gonna be. And again, sweep, sweep, sweep. Dog hair and beetles. You just would think that I'd never clean in here, but I clean like once, twice, once a week anyway. And it's just all these beetles. They just accumulate, and this is the warmest room in the house, honestly. And I know that's why, because they just like that heat. So on this other wall behind the TV, I found some artwork. A little Picasso had been here, but luckily it was just in chalk, so it wasn't permanent. And I really hope I didn't hurt anyone's feelings by washing it off the wall. But if I did, I'm sure they'll get more up there. I'm just really glad it was chalk and not like permanent marker. So after I got the ceiling swept and the walls all washed down, I went through and put all the toys away that they had pulled out the day before. They had to pull everything out so they knew exactly where everything was, which is perfectly fine. So I don't mind picking them all up. And I went ahead and hung stuff back up on the walls and remade the bed and swept the floor and gave it a good mop. And the space, it just feels fresher. It feels brighter. After a long winter, it's nice to just open up the windows and the shades and let the sun shine in, and just get rid of all the old dust that accumulated over the winter. Even when you go in and clean and dust, it just feels like winter dust sticks until spring. I don't know. Maybe that's a northern thing. But yeah, so it's really good. I'm glad they have this space when they come over, where they can just hang out, play with toys, color, read books, do whatever it is that, they want to do. Just want to say thanks a lot for taking the time to watch my video today. I always, always, always really, truly appreciate your time. And if you enjoyed the video, I would just ask you to give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see some more of my content, just hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll know whenever I post a new video. Well, that's it, and I guess I will just see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.